students, welcome to NEC Academy. I hope you have tried the questions what we have discussed in the previous video session. So let me continue with the few more exercise questions with this quadratic equation. Basically we are discussing the factoring method. So the question here given is x square minus 4 equals to 0. This is a very simple question, so you can just write 4 as 2 square. This is a square of two negatives, square of two negative factors, so you can factorize as x minus 2 into x plus 2, because we know a square minus b square we can write in the form of a minus b into a plus b. So the same only applies here, so we write x minus 2 into x plus 2 equals 0. So since we have the product, so we can separately equal this to 0. X minus 2 equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0. So then I can write the answer or the roots as x equal to, because minus 2 you shift here plus 2 and plus 2 you shift here minus 2. So very simple question. Okay, so this is another way of the examiner might check something like they give root values. As you remember that you have learned in your very first chapter, that knowledge also applies when you are dealing with these type of rational and irrational values. Okay, let's take this example. So x square minus 12 equals to 0. So how am I going to factorize this? Because 12 I can't directly do anything, so like I can't factor this basically, so I can't even write as a square also, in a way that I can make something x square minus whatever the square, like this example, then I can factorize 2. But if you closely observe and if you use the knowledge of your very first chapter, the rational numbers, you can write something like this. Sometimes you might think, what is this I have written here? So this is the simple working. So 12 means you can write 12 as 4 multiplied by 3. So 4 you can write as a 2 to the power 2. And you already aware that root 3 multiplied by root 3 is equal to 3 from the chapter rational numbers, or even if you use the laws of indices, or forget about the rules, just remember whatever the root value you multiply with the same root value, you get the number itself. So you get root 3 multiplied by root 3 is equals to 3, and again let's say root 4 multiplied by root 4 is equals to 4, something like that. So now you can see, so root 3 into root 3 gives 3, therefore I write root 3 square. So 12 I split as 2 square into root 3 square. So now this whole set is looks like something, as I said earlier, a square minus b square, or let's say x square minus y square. So you can factorize this as, because this is a whole thing you can take as 1 square. So you can write as x minus 2 root 3 into x plus 2 root 3 equals to 0. Now our task is fulfilled. See that I have factorized it. Only the minor part what I have applied is the rational numbers. So just if you are not familiar, just go through your first chapter, little work out on the exercises, then you will get familiar on how to deal with these rational and irrational numbers, including square roots. So now I have the products, so I can write x minus 2 root 3 is equals to 0, or x plus 2 root 3 is equal to 0. So the root 3 value is already given to us, that is 1.73. So I can just simply replace that value here, and I can write the answer as x equal 3.46 or x equal minus 3.46. This type of questions also tested in the exam, especially in the first paper, so you make sure try these type of exercise questions also, because it is very important why you get these square roots. So you have to apply this technique to get these factors, otherwise you won't be able to get these factors and you won't be able to solve this problem. Okay, let's take another example. X square minus 21 is equals to 11. So plus 11 I shift to the other side, so that is minus 11 equals 0, that is x square minus 32. So again 32, as I said, you have to write as a square. So how we write as a square? 32 basically you can split as 16 multiplied by 2. So 16 again you can split as 4 multiplied by 4. So as I said earlier, you can use, right, 2 is there now, so you put 2 root 2 into root 2. So root 2 into root 2 is 2 itself. Now you can see the same number 16 multiplied by 2 I can express in this way, 4 root 2 into 4 root 2. So what is 4 root 2 into 4 root 2 means? 4 root 2 whole thing is a square. So this value I can simply replace here. So now this is acts like a y square. Now I can simply write the two factors as x minus 4 root 2, that is equals to 0, and x plus 4 root 2 equals to 0. So basically first you write the two terms equal 0, which I forgot to write over here. That is basically you write open bracket x minus 4 root 2 close bracket, again open bracket, x plus 4 root 2 close bracket equals 0. Then only you will write this step. So now you have the values for x, or the roots are x equal 4 root 2 or x equal minus 4 root 2. So the root 2 value is given. So examiner will give these values. So root 2 value is 1.41. So you substitute 1.41 here instead of root 2. Then you will end up with the answer as x equal plus 5.64 or x equal minus 5.64. So I have done only 2 questions from the textbook, and there are another 6 or 7 more questions there. You can try those questions, and if you have any problem, just leave a comment, so I will be able to help you on this. So let's take a essay type question. So you get essay type questions for your second paper, so make sure you practice essay type questions also. So it says the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle is 2x plus 1 centimeter. So that is the hypotenuse, and the lengths are given, the two sides are x and x plus 7. So we need to solve x, and we need to find the lengths of all the 3 sides in the triangle. So it's a right angle triangle. So the hypotenuse is, they have mentioned 2x plus 1, and the other sides are x and x plus 7. So how we solve this problem? There's no magic, just we apply the Pythagoras theorem. So we express this as 2x plus 1 whole thing is a square equals to x square plus x plus 7 square. So you apply the Pythagoras theorem. Now you expand these terms. So 2x plus 1 into 2x plus 1. Here also x square plus x plus 7 into x plus 7. So I'm going to expand the terms. So when you expand the terms, you get 4x square plus 2x is 4x plus 1. Here again x square is there. X into x is x square. Again 7x plus 7x plus 49. These are very familiar for you. That's why I'm not going in detail on these, explaining each and everything. So once you done the expanding, you can just take all the terms to the one side. So I am shifting all the terms right side to the left side. So plus 2x square becomes minus 2x, plus 14x becomes minus 14x, plus 49 becomes minus 14. So my expression is 2x square minus 10x minus 48 equals 0. So as you can see, now I can divide the whole equation by 2 because I want to like make this leading coefficient into 1. And also I can see beautifully I can divide all the terms by 2, so therefore my work get more easy rather than keeping these higher numbers. So when I divide the entire equation by 2, I get x square minus 5x minus 24 equals 0. So when you are handling this type of questions also, you check whether you can divide the entire equation by any number, either 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, based on the question. If so, you can divide it. So make sure that all the terms, the leading term, that is x square coefficient, the coefficient of x, and the number can be divided by, then you can proceed without any issue. So now it's matter of factoring this. So my factors are minus 8x and plus 3x, so which gives minus 5x, and 8 into 3 also 24. Minus 8 multiplied by plus 3 is 24. So out of these two I can take x as a common term. So when I take x, I remain with x minus 8. Here plus 3, when I take, the remaining terms are x minus 8 equals to 0. So the factors are x minus 8 and x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now you can find the roots. You can separately equal that it to 0. So that is x minus 8 equals 0 or x plus 3 is equals to 0. So I get the roots as x equal 8 or x equal minus 3. So with this video session, I'll be concluding solving quadratic equations using factoring method. So my upcoming videos will be discussing solving quadratic equations by completing square method and using the formula. So please like this video and share this video with your friends, and subscribe our channel NAK Academy. Thank you.